Hello, today we'll look at some examples of partitioning a line segment with a ratio. So this is the formula, and this is one of the formulas that you might see on, for example, a formula sheet for taking the end of the course test for this course. So we have xy, and then the formula would be what is equal to the first, because you have to know which value comes first. So the first value plus, and this is the for the ratio, a over a plus b times a, the second x minus the first x, and then y1 plus a over a plus b, which is the ratio again, times the second y minus the first y. And so that will give you your point. And so here it is written out a little bit more clearly. So for partitioning AB with ratio AB, we would take AB and turn it into this ratio. So C would be A over A plus B. That's the exact same thing here. We will start with point A and point B. Like I said, it's very important. You have to know which point comes first. And you're using this ratio to find out the rise and the run so that you can partition it to be whichever ratio that they're asking for. So I hope that that's okay. You should write down this formula and use it when you're doing it. This formula usually is provided to you. All right, so let's look at this example. It says find the coordinates of point P that lies along the directed line segment from A, which is at 3, 2, to B, which is at 6, 10, and partitions the segment in the ratio of 3 to 2. So this ratio is going to be broken down. If it was broken down into 3 different parts, this is the second part, or the 3 to 2 part, if that makes sense. So it says a directed line segment means that the line segment has a direction associated with it. So remember I said that you have to know which point is first and which point is second. So you have to know the direction that's associated with it. Usually specified by moving from one endpoint to the other. Tells the directions in which from which point to start and end. In this case, from point A to point B. Therefore, point A must be labeled as x1, y1, and point B is x2, y2. So let's do it. We're going to just use that formula that I provided at the beginning. And let me type it out. And I'm going to use the shorthand of it. I hope that's okay. So that's x1 plus, I'm going to use c times x2 minus x1. That's my first coordinate point because coordinate points have 2 points. Then we have y1 plus c times y2 minus y1. Okay, so let's find out what c is first. So c is equal to my a, which is 3, and my b, which is 2. So we have 3, so we have a over a plus b. So that's going to be 3 over 5. All right, so now I'll take, so this is my first, so this is my x1, this is my y1, and this is my x2, and this is my y2. I'm just going to plug it in the formula. So x1, so I have 3, and p stands for point, by the way. 3 plus 3/5 times my x2, which is 6 minus 3. So this is my x. I'm going to do it separately if that's okay. I hope that's okay. And my y value is going to be 4 plus 3/5 times my y2, which is 10, minus my y1, which is 4. Okay, let's evaluate. So I get 3 plus 3/5 times 3, which is equal to 3 plus, sorry, this is a 5. I went ahead and multiplied it out of my head. I apologize. So that's 9 over 5. And then I'm going to change this so that I can add it. So I'll change this to 15 over 5. And so when I add those together, I get 24 over 5. So my x value, and I'll write it up here. And so for my point, my new partition point, my x value is 24 over 5. Now let's find y. So I get 4 plus 3/5 times 6. Multiply that out, I get 4 plus 18 over 5. I'll change that 4 to 20 over 5 so that I can add it, and I get 38 over 5. So 38 over 5 is that point. You can put this in decimal form if you like. I prefer fractions. If it's a multiple choice test, it depends on what they ask for. If they give you a choice between multiple choice or fractions, you should be able to come up with both. So that's what this point is here. And I went ahead and I put it, I took a picture of it. I put it in my decimals graphing calculator. So I pointed 3, 4 was here. And I plotted 610, which is here. And then I labeled, so I put in those points that we found, 24 over 5 and 38 over 5 to be my P right here. So this is exactly where it should be. Let's do one more. This time it doesn't say which point comes first, but we're going to assume that A is our first point since we're dealing with alphabetical order. Okay, so let's find our C first. And remember, C is equal to A over A plus B. So that's going to give me 1 over 6. And I'm not going to write the formula down again, but I hope you recall. I'll say it out while I'm doing it though. So my point will be my x1, which is -7, plus my c, which is 1/6, times my x2, which is 11, minus my x1. So that's going to be minus a minus, which is going to change to a plus 7, comma. For my y value, it's going to be my y2, which is -2, plus 1 over 6 times y2, which is 4, minus -2, which is going to turn to plus 2. Now let's evaluate. So my point will be -7 plus 1/6 times 18. And then y will be -2 plus 1/6 times 6. Evaluate again. I get -7 plus, so 18 times 1/6 is 3. -2, 1/6 times 1, 1/6 times 6 is 1, is 1. Evaluate one more time, and I get my point to be at -4, -1. So I plotted this again. So I plotted point A, point B, and my new point, my new partition point P. And I have it here. So I have point A, point B, and then I have it partitioned here at P. And as you can see, it's on the line. And I hope that this helps.